So this afternoon, we're going to take you on a winter farm tour of our farm here in Iowa. So this is still winter, the last week of February. So it is kind of a nicer day today than what it has been, way nicer than what it has been. It is going to be getting warmer though. God is going to bless us with warm weather this week into the 50s. So the last week of February. So that we're so excited and blessed about that. So anyways, we're going to start today at we have our orchards into 3 sections. This is the first one. That is in the front corner of our land is our first orchard. We have some apple trees. All of our plum trees are in this orchard, and then, like I said, mixed with apples. Also, what's in this front part of our land right now, you can't see it because it's covered in snow, is one of our gardens. So this garden last year is where we did our beans, our corn, and our pumpkins. And gourds, of course, for fall. So this is kind of like what we call our fallish garden, right? So it's like I said, it's like a rectangle. You can't really see it, but it's in the middle of these trees of the orchard. Okay, so that's this. And now also, what we're going to do, we're not going to walk that way because we're trying to keep that snow nice. Because later today we'll do a video of it. We're going to make something that's called snow cream. So that's a really special treat. So we want to keep that snow clean. So we're not going to walk that way, okay? Okay, so now while we're walking this way, I will stop here at our well. Look how beautiful this well is. Now this actually is our well under the ground, the water, right? But we built this part on top of it to make it look beautiful and also to be safe for the kids so they were not going to be falling into the well. Because that could happen, right? So we built this with a lock in the front to get into it, but of course it's safe for the kids. And also then we plant flowers throughout the year to make it pretty. So this though, our well is very, very important to us here on our farm. Because of course we have it watering all the animals. And then of course in the summer and spring, it's for watering the garden and the flowers. So really important though because of the animals. Now we did have a time where the well went dry. So there had been some dry years here in Iowa and our well actually went dry. But by the grace of God, He filled it back up. It did not take a whole year to get filled back up. So we're so thankful for that. His hand was in that, and it's good, right? And of course, as you can see the snow on the ground, it's not going to go dry anytime soon. So we're thankful for that. Okay, so now let's walk this way, or actually let's walk this way. Okay, this is so we're walking. So like I said, this is the front corner. Yeah, this is the front corner, and we're walking here. Here's our plum trees. The end of the first orchard kind of ends right there. Now, over here is more of the back part of our farm. Okay, so this is like the kids area. My husband built a sandbox and play fort, and of course they have like a swing set and a trampoline. Now the trampoline looks kind of rough because of the winter. We'll fix it this spring and summer for them. It's just those poles kind of got with the wind and stuff. Not a big deal at all. But over here now we have our rabbits. So we'll start with the first animal of the farm tour is rabbits. Now we have 3 rabbits. You have seen them if you watched my videos in the past. You will have seen them, and they were on the back deck in their summer area. But now for winter, we put them here because they have a nice, safe area here. Lots of room to hop around and to have fun and to be warm. There's 3 of them. Each kid has a rabbit. So 2 black ones and then 1 kind of like tannish one. So this is kind of their area. We have electric. My husband, when he built the play fort for the kids, of course, he ran electric out here. So now for wintertime, oh yeah, see, there's a rabbit. That one's Abigail's. And so the water can be plugged in so we don't have frozen water. And now this thing right here, over here, this is just kind of like an extra pen that we have. A lot of different animals have been in here at different times. Pigs have been in here, goats have been in here, chickens, ducks, lots of different things. Geese, so this is kind of like a hotel like a holding pen sometimes for different animals. And we will have to redo it if it's smaller animals going. We need to redo it a little bit for them being more safe. But for bigger animals, it's a great area. Okay, so now back here it's kind of like our cookout area, right? This is where we have a lot of cookouts. My husband's building me a brick barbecue. That was like on I Love Lucy. That's one of my favorite. And so he's building that for me, so I'm very thankful. And so it's going to be built this year. And of course, we have our fire pit here. And also this wonderful picnic table that my husband built me. Look how big it is. And it's very heavy. I mean, we can barely move this. It's so heavy. It's really funny. But it has 2 umbrella areas. So it's enough for our whole family. And we love to have people over. We love to have fellowship with others. And so this is a perfect picnic table for a really good fellowship. So that's that. And now we have our little swing, tree swing. We love this swing too. It's been here. We've had it for ever since we lived here. So it's, as you can tell, it is a little old, but it's our favorite. And now we walk this way a little bit. And now our next animal on our farm tour will be our chicken coop. Now, this is the chicken coop, right here. Now, if you watched my video from our new chickens, oh yeah, it's cold and snow, yeah, so they're staying warm inside. They don't want the snow on their feet, right? Hi guys. Yeah, you guys are nice and warm. Yes. Look at those rooster spurs. I mean, these are old roosters. Look how long their spurs are. I mean, they're kind of ridiculous, actually. They're very old. These roosters have really, they are pretty old. Beautiful. But anyway, so what I was saying, but down here, if you watch my video of when I talked about our new baby chickens, this thing under here is the brooder house I was talking about. So there's electric, and then a heat bulb screws up on the top to make it warm. And the new chickens, when they're a little bit bigger, will go in there. But also, what I was saying in that video about the new chickens, we're going to be expanding our chicken coop this year to be kind of like an area where the chicken, when it's out of the brooder house but not big enough to be in the chicken coop, like medium size, they're going to be able to go. So this area right here where I'm standing, actually, we're going to build onto this to be like an L, okay? And then so they're going to have this safe area and a place to be. So let's go inside and I'll show you on the inside. And then all right, so before we go inside the chicken coop, though, on the front part of this chicken coop, I want to show you how we have our windows up here. Now, I don't know if I'm tall enough to reach, but see, oh, there we go. I mean, it opens more, but so this is, of course, in nice weather, summertime, springtime, even early fall, we keep these open for ventilation for the chickens, which is good. Of course, now it is winter, it has been winter, so we keep them shut. But so that one goes like that. If you're a little taller, it's helpful. And then that one goes like this. That one's stuck actually, so I'm not gonna. If I can stand on something, it would be better. But we don't really need to open it right now because it's still winter. But anyways, so that's the windows for ventilation because chicken coops definitely need ventilation in the hot weather. Now in here, this is the part of the chicken coop, of course. Okay, so now here is the door for the chickens to come in and out of the chicken coop on the back side. And then at nighttime, of course, we shut that to keep them safe from wild animals, from predators. Shut that, and then in the morning we open it up, okay? Now, here's their area. Mostly this straight, long rectangle is what we consider the chicken coop, okay? Because in the spring and summer and early fall, this is actually our another garden. So normally we'll have a gate right here. It's just like this gate, and it goes right here. So then the chickens cannot go in the garden. Now, once fall has hit, we have picked everything we want to pick. Then we take the gate off, and then the chickens get that. Okay. All right. So like I said, so we just take the gate off, then, and then the chickens have this big area for the fall, and then the winter, which they love it with all of our old garden stuff. You know, when all the vegetables and stuff that we picked are the bad ones. You know, then they get to pick through it all fall until, of course, they've eaten it all. So now over here, though, in the chicken coop, in the real chicken coop area, is where we feed them. Of course, because we do feed them, and we water them. Now this amazing thing, we have done this for so many years. a long time ago, we got these little pig crate feeders. So these are just really for pigs, for baby pigs. But let me tell you, they are amazing. They work so great for chickens. Because what happens is underneath, can you see how it is? See those little areas where the chicken can get, or the pig or whatever, gets the food, right? But what happened, why this is so helpful and time efficient for feeding and taking care of your chickens is that, Hannah, can you open it? Yeah. So this is the opens, and you put food in it, okay? And what we're gonna do, we're gonna make it go like this. So anyways, we put what, like once a month, we can put about like 4 to 6 bags of feed. 50-pound bags of feed. We mix it now. We do the layer feed and then cracked corn. So we get, we mix it up a little bit. So anyways, you fill this up and then they're good for a month, right? So nice, because then especially in the winter time, the geese are getting mad. In the wintertime, it's so nice because then you're not having to carry food out for the chickens and the ducks and all of our flock. We just do it once a month, So, all right, let me put this on, and then I'm gonna go show you our cool watering system for the chickens.
If the geese will let you.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna get a stick. Hold on. Is it on? Okay, so now, amazing contraption. Like I said, we had gotten this from one of our neighbors, wasn't it? I think from one of our neighbors a long time ago. And because we used to, a long time ago too, we used to have a lot of chickens. And I mean, a lot. We were talking about the meat chickens and then the layers, and we would sell them. And I mean, I'm talking thousands, right? And so this was such a blessing. And actually, we did have 2 of them, but we have shared one with one of our neighbors since then, since we don't have thousands anymore. And it was such a blessing for feeding them, let me tell you. So now over here is the watering area. Now this is also the geese area. The geese have kind of claimed this corner as their corner. So they're kind of ornery sometimes, so we have to be careful.
That's their house.
Yeah, they have this old dog house we put here. The geese kind of use it as needed. That's where she lays her eggs that she doesn't sit on or anything like that. But they're not too bad. Now, our watering system. Now, let me tell you though, we do need to put a new piece of wood on here this year. It's bad. It's got wet and rotted out. But anyway, so this is just a pig waterer as well. Look, see in the front? See the water right there, and we put heaters in it in the winter, of course. But now what? So then this is where we open, okay? Jeez, goodness, they're so loud. But what we do, so this is we're gonna replace this year. That this is old, and like you can tell, it's kind of rotted away. But we put this over the top so that the chickens, of course, don't drown and jump in it. But right here we have a spigot that's off of our well again. And then we put this, my husband put this, what is this called? A pipe down here into the hole, and that's how you fill it up, right? So very easy. Like I said, again, once a month. Sometimes even more than that, depending on how many chickens we have. That needs to be filled up. So it's really amazing. It's really nice. We also have electric here. My husband put electric down here as well for the heaters. We tried to make it took us a lot of years to get to it to be this easy, but it really was well worth it now that we look back, that you can change it as you continue to do your farming and do your work. You kind of can make it easier. It does take a while, but it is well worth it, and we're thankful now at this point not having extension cords going everywhere, and doing a lot more work. So okay, so this is the chicken area. Now, really quick look before we leave this area, let's look behind us. Now, behind us is one of our pastures for our cows. So this is also where we keep our hay. As you can see, it's stacked up right over there. And this is also where we keep any equipment, attachments, things that are big that we don't use very often. Our trailers there, our old truck, our tractor equipment, everything is here. Because what it is on the other side of this stuff is the electric fence. So the cows stay off of this stuff, of course, and they're on the other side. And then the electric fence goes into the woods. There, the cows are over there now, or actually they're up here, but that's where their hay is, if you can kind of see it. Which I'll take you over there in a minute, a little closer. But ooh, goodness, it's slippery. But this is this back view, and if you also look, if you keep looking past where that cornfield is, so our property where the post is ends there. Now you go past, you keep walking through the cornfield and see that line of trees. You go over a little bit, and then on that a little bit more, then there's another pasture and woods, and we actually rent that area. It's about 40 acres, pasture and woods, and then a pond for the cows, and that's where our cows go for the summer. That's their summer pasture. And so eventually, we pray that we get to buy all of that, and so it'll all be kind of connected. So on God's timing, that'll happen. But right now we're blessed and we're thankful that we get to rent that for our cow summer pasture. So that's what this is right here. Okay, so now let's walk out here and let's go that way now. Okay, and so really quickly also, I just from this view of the farm, so like I said, if you keep going past and then the summer pasture for the cows, well then if you go this way, in this direction, there is 25 acres that we actually get to do our hay. So we get 25 acres that we, with our neighbor, of course, and we cut and bale the hay, and then we get some of it, and then he gets some of it. But it's really fabulous. We're really blessed for that, because that is why I don't think that there's ever been a year that we have had so much hay. We were blessed with beyond belief. And then because we also have another hay field that we do that I'll tell you about in a minute when we get to the goats. And so we've never been so blessed about room for our animals and having hay. So that is in that direction as well. It's not very far away. It's just you can't really see it from here because of the trees, but it's literally next to where the cow summer pasture is. It's just that next field. So yeah, so it's amazing. Okay, so let's go this way now, out of the chicken coop. All right, so now we're out of the chicken coop and we are walking this direction toward the rest of our farm. So here, of course, like I said, this was the garden, right? Remember, we were on the inside of it a minute ago. And now over this side, here is this side of our fur shed. We built the wood shed. So this is normally filled with wood, but of course, the end of the winter, we burned all the wood. So we need to refill it again for next winter, which we will be doing soon. Okay, so this is the front part of our fur shed. You can check back on my videos, see on the inside if you want. It's really cool. We're very blessed to have this as well. If you want to see the inside of it, just check back on some videos and you'll be able to see. Now on this side of the fur shed, we have raspberries planted, which did amazing last year. I think they'll do amazing again this year. And this little thing we got from one of our neighbors a long time ago, we plant strawberries in it. And so I think that we do need to get some more strawberries, but I think they do like that area. It's a great area. And on the back side, we have rhubarb planted. Of course, you can't see that now because it's under the ground. Okay, now over here now. So this is this side of the chicken coop. See, the chickens are right here. Now we're on this side. Here's our compost pile. This is where we put all of our things that we compost, right? When we clean out the pens, whatnot. If we don't put it in the garden, if it's not winter, we put it in here. And then we do need to turn this. Hopefully this year we'll be able to turn it to be able to start using it. We have used some of it, like when we filled up our strawberry bin, we used the compost. Our flower beds, we've used the compost. So we've used it. It just needs to be turned again. But it's really great to have that there. And now here we do our burn barrels for our garbage. We don't have garbage service here. So what we do is we burn our garbage, and then we do have a bin, a garbage dumpster. You'll see in a minute. And what we do is we just burn it, and once these are filled up, then we put the garbage in the dumpster, and then when it's filled up, we take a load to the dump. It's like seriously $15. It's cheap. It's so cheap. So we're so blessed. This is a really funny story about that dumpster too. I mean, it's really funny. But so now we're off to the dogs. So here are the dogs. These are the dog kennels. Now Our dog kennels normally look better than what they do now because we had a storm and it ripped them apart. But we are going to fix that this year. So this is really going to be like a little lean-to with electricity for the dogs, water, lights, more shelter for them. So there you have Cookie Dough, Red Tracks, Speckle, and Tipper. So there's the dog. And Starlight, she's our oldest right there. She doesn't live in the kennels anymore. Okay, so now we're over here to the greenhouse. Now right now our greenhouse is just being used for storage for right now because we have not started seeds yet or anything like that. We may, when we do though, that is what, well, there's our greenhouse. And my husband built this and he really made it so nice with the front porch and everything. It looks really nice. Now, here is our cooler. Of course, you probably have seen this if you see my videos of us cutting up deer and pigs, cows, whatnot. This is the cooler. Right next to the cooler is a little area that's going to be like kind of like a storage, kind of another extra little room. It's not done yet, but it's in the process of being done. So that's what that is. Now over here used to be where we had, when we do our sap, we used to boil our sap down on this wood stove back here. Now we have changed it to where we kind of have our sap evaporator now, which I'll show you that in a little bit. But that's what that was. So, and our smokehouse, but we're going to redo this as well. So this is where we smoked meat and things like that. But we'll redo that, and I'll show you guys that when we do that later this year. So now we're to the cows and to the pigs and the goats. So this area, so this is part of the woods, like I said. When we looked at it this way, remember I showed you this way. And so this is Mistletoe. She's our little cow. She's gonna be bred this year. It's her first time to have babies. Buttercup, our milk cow, is over there. She's the Jersey. And all the other cows are over here drinking water, and I'll show that to you right now. And over here are our big pigs. So we have Wilbur, our dad pig, and then the two mama pigs. Flower is the black one, Lollipop is the one in the middle. And they are enjoying the nice weather and the sun because it's been cold here. So they haven't been able to have nice weather for a while. Now also we're going to be redoing this area, the pig area this year. That little building right there, not the blue one, but the little one, that's going to be a pig barn, in the process of being a pig barn. Oh, and here's Nibbles. He's our little donkey. He's the guardian of our goats. Nibbles. Well, I guess he doesn't want to be videoed today. He's being shy. But he's the guardian of our goats. Hey, Nibs. Hi, buddy. And this is where all the goats live. This is where their hay is. And where their blue barn. Now, this blue barn here is, me and my husband built it just all by ourselves. And it was not easy, but we did it. The very first building and barn we've ever built. And it's for the goats and our farm cats. And there's our cows, Clarabelle and our bull we're renting from our neighbor. He's here just for a little while longer until he goes back home. Now next to our cows in the woods is where we keep our feeder pigs. So these pigs are about to go in the freezer, but we did have more, but we've sold them. So that's kind of like a holding area for the feeder pigs. Now, I'll show you in here. This is where the goats kind of live, in our farm cats up there. And we keep bales of hay, and we keep in, equipment. If any pigs have babies, they come in here until we get their own barn built. But, Okay, now I'm going to take you inside the goat area. Okay, so now we got into the woods now, more where the cows are, before we take you over to the goats. And if you look this way, so this is all of our property, and it goes into the woods, as you can see, further back. And also what was nice, what we were able to do was, when I was talking about the animals, was, the well, we have the automatic waters for the animals. So the cows, now up where the cows were, there we have an automatic water and it's split. One side for the goats, one side for the cows. The pigs, like you saw, you could see, had the automatic water as well. And now the chickens don't have an automatic water, but they do have the spigot. And of course, all that's off of the well. So it's really nice. And over here, who lives with the cows, you may ask, is two billy goats. Two billy goats live with the cows, Lucky and Judah. And they're over here relaxing in the sun and the hay. Nice and dry. So this is where we hay our cows for the winter. It's out. It's not like in the woods, but it's out of the woods. But it's not onto the pasture part where we cut the hay and they eat it as well. So remember when we were at the chickens and we were looking out, this is what we were looking out to, right? And so this is actually, can be hay ground. We have cut hay. It's not a very big area, but it gives us about a bale or two, right? Depending on the weather. Oh, maybe about 4 or 5 bales. I mean, the whole time. I meant the one time that you cut it, but you cut it 3 times a year, so you add it all up. But so this is also where but they're not going to be here in the summer because, oh my goodness, I almost fell. They go to the summer pasture. So now just the two billy goats will be here for the summer, but yeah. So this is the woods. This is still, it goes that all that way and that way a little bit. And then we have more woods when we go to the other side of our farm with our other orchard. I'll show you all those woods too. But yeah, so that's this part. Okay, now shall we go over through the woods again to the goats. All right. Okay, so now we came to the back side of the white barn and in front of the goats. And this is hole right here. Inside there, we have dug this out. This is, we're going to build a root cellar in there. So for, storing canned stuff and things like that. And also for protection from tornadoes. We get those in Iowa, right? So a root cellar will be perfect. And also right here is our sap evaporator for our sap when we make syrup. Like I said, we used to do it back there, but now we've got this really cool contraption and we built this where you put the fire under it and it's really fabulous. It's really nice when you do sap. So, and on this side now is the goats and Nibbles, the goat guardian. That's going to be his new nickname, the goat guardian. That's cute. Okay, so now in here, well, like I was telling you guys before about our hay ground, down that direction, if you go down the road that way a little bit, then you see another path, an area that's about 20 acres. It's hay ground and pasture and woods, and that is our goat summer pasture. And Nibbles goes with them as well to protect them from wild animals, and that's where they live in the summer. And then, of course, then this is just takes a break. This pasture area has a break from animals so it can grow nice. And here's all the goats. We have some babies, big goats, and nibbies. And then this is the front side of the blue barn where the goats go in and out. And also now, a long time ago, up this side, do you see where that spigot is? We used to have a garden up there too. That was our garden on the hill. That was when we were really ambitious and had lots of gardens. But we may do that again one day. It's a good area for most stuff. Now here's another automatic water, but we don't use it right now because we don't have any need for it. But see how this is so open? One day we want to separate it. So we have like 2 pastures here, so then it's easy to rotate animals. It's good for the ground if you can rotate the animals. And also, really quick, let's look. Hold on. let's turn this way and let's look at it. So this is what it looks like in the winter, right? All the animals, mostly all by the hay. They're just worried about eating, staying warm. You see snow on the ground, no leaves in the trees, of course. Now, here on our farm in Iowa, it changes, seriously. You know, you have the 4 seasons, and our farm looks different 4 different ways in the whole year because of the seasons. I mean, some areas of the world don't change a lot because of the seasons, but here in Iowa, we do change. We change a lot depending on the season. And so every season, I'm going to give you guys a farm tour so you can see what it looks like each season and how it changes. And it's really, every season is beautiful, I would have to say. But now here we're at the end of this pasture, and this is the other end of our farm where our other orchard and our woods are. So this is our woods, and then back there is our woods. This is our other orchard. This is mostly apples, pears, peach, grapes, blackberries is what we have here. We also have another fire pit here. We like to come up here and have little campouts as well. The deer are really into this one because this is right by their woods, of course. So as you can see, look how many tracks. And over there, they cross the road right there and into our woods. That's like a habit. That's definitely their path. A lot in the woods right there, of course. So the deer love this orchard. We share it with them, so they get some of the fruit, of course. And raccoons like it for the grapes. Also up here in the front, we have our asparagus. I forgot about the asparagus. Oh yes, and our blueberries. Forgot that too. Blueberries here in the middle, asparagus up front. Oh, and also back here, it's covered in snow right now, but we have a patch where we have garlic. Our garlic and onions sometimes we have over here. I think it's over there somewhere. On that side of this line of trees, I think. I can't really remember, but it's covered in snow right now. Okay, so that is this end, and then we wrapped around to the front again of the farm. So, like I said, I mean, it's really pretty in winter with snow on the ground. It's a blue sky today, sunny, makes it all the more pretty to look at. And now up to here, give me a minute and we'll get up to this part and I'll show you another addition that we have up there. Give me 1 minute to get there. Alright, so now we walked out of the goat pasture and we're on this part of our farm now, and this is where our bees are. This is our bee yard on the south side of our white barn, which is kind of like where we keep all the machinery and things like that and some storage. But we have our 9 hives. We just checked. You could see a video of us doing that here at the end of winter, and they're doing fabulous. God has blessed our bees. And in front of our bees is our 3rd orchard, right here. Mostly apples, apricot, nectarine is pretty much what is in this orchard. Oh, and cherries, of course. I forgot the cherries. Sour cherries on this side of the driveway. On the other side is our sweet cherries. So we're really blessed. We're really thankful. We love our life that God has blessed us with all of His blessings. He blesses us with. We love to bless you and others with as we can. And that is what our mission is. So thanks for watching, and I hope that you guys have a blessed day, and I hope you enjoyed our farm tour. And please stay tuned throughout the year for the other seasons of our farm. Thanks for watching. Bye.